All right, today we're kicking off an epic journey. Think of it as a 30-day quest to go from knowing pretty much nothing about Next.js to becoming a full-stack developer. We've got a comprehensive roadmap that breaks down every single step. So, the real question is, are you ready for this challenge? Because this isn't just about learning a few lines of code. It's about building a whole new, powerful skill set in one super focused month. So, let's dive right in. You know, every great adventure needs a map, and this is ours. We're going to start by laying a solid foundation. Then we'll build out the full stack core, polish it all up for production, and wrap things up with a final capstone project. Let's get into phase 1.
Okay, so our journey starts right here. Phase 1, laying the foundation. For the first 6 days, the whole goal is to forge your essential developer toolkit. We're talking about mastering the absolute fundamentals before we even think about building anything complicated.
So, in this first week, you're going to get your dev environment all set up. You'll master components and styling. We're using Tailwind CSS for that. And you'll learn some absolutely crucial optimizations for images, links, and SEO. And of course, you'll learn how to handle loading states and errors gracefully. All of this is essential for building a great user experience.
Now, this is probably one of the most important concepts in modern Next.js, so listen up. You've got server components and client components. Think of server components as doing all the heavy lifting on the server, perfect for fetching data and showing stuff that doesn't need to be interactive. Then you have client components. These live in the browser and handle all the fun stuff, button clicks, form inputs, anything a user actually does. And here's a pro tip for you. Everything is a server component by default. You only opt into using a client component when you absolutely need that interactivity. Getting this down is going to set you up for success, for sure.
All right, moving on to phase 2, building the full stack core. This is from day 9 to 21, and honestly, this is where things get really exciting. You're going to go from making simple pages to building a genuinely dynamic, data-driven application. This is the heart of the whole quest.
So what's the engine that powers all this? Server actions. These are basically special functions that run securely on the server. They let you handle all your data operations. You've probably heard the acronym CRUD, right? It stands for create, read, update, and delete. Let's just run through that real quick.
First up, C is for create. Pretty simple. This is all about adding new data, like making a new post on a blog. Then R is for read. This is just fetching and showing data. Think about your social media feed loading up. Next, we have U for update. This is when you're modifying data that's already there, like editing your user profile. And finally, D for delete. This one's easy. It's for getting rid of data for good, like deleting a photo. Seriously, if you master these 4 things, you can build almost any feature you can dream up. But look, this phase is about so much more than just CRUD. You're going to tackle really critical stuff, like user authentication. You'll learn how to use middleware, which is kind of like a security guard for your app's pages, to create protected routes that only logged-in users can get to. You'll also get into more complex tasks like handling file uploads and building out advanced features like real-time updates, search, and pagination. That's how you manage huge amounts of data effectively.
Okay, so we've built our application. Awesome. But now it's time for phase 3, polishing for production. For about a week, from day 22 to 28, our whole focus shifts. It's all about making your app secure, fast, and reliable enough for real users out in the wild. We're basically fortifying the kingdom's walls.
As you can see, there are really 3 pillars to getting an app ready for production. The biggest piece of the pie is performance. You've got to make sure your app is lightning fast. But the other 2 are just as critical. Security, to protect your app and its users, and a really robust testing strategy to catch bugs before they escape. And let me tell you, having a solid testing plan is what often separates a simple hobby project from a truly professional application.
You know, a huge part of being a professional developer is automation. And that's where a CI/CD pipeline comes into play. It stands for continuous integration and continuous deployment. Basically, as you can see here, it's a simple process. It starts the second you commit your code. Then, a bunch of automated tests run. If everything looks good and the tests pass, the application gets built and deployed live to your users. Setting this up is an absolute game changer. It saves a ton of time, prevents simple human mistakes, and it's really the backbone of how modern software teams work.
And just like that, we've reached the end of our quest, the final challenge, the capstone project. For the last 2 days, you're going to take every single thing you've learned and put it all to the test. The goal? Build a complete, polished, full-stack application completely from scratch.
The focus here is laser sharp. One project. That's it. Your goal is to take it from just an idea in your head all the way to a live deployed website that you can actually share with people. This right here, this is the ultimate proof of your new skills.
And really, that's the whole point, isn't it? This final project is where you bring everything together. It's how you solidify your victory and officially become a true full-stack developer. This is the moment where all that hard work pays off. So there you have it, a 30-day quest to go from zero to full stack. We've given you the guide, the map. The only question left is, what are you going to build with it?